Okay, so I'm gonna do a nice tight swaddle. When I do the swaddle, I want arms down to the side. They should be nice and long by the hips. I'm gonna roll those legs up and I'm gonna come across the chest. The biggest mistake that I see with swaddles is people just aren't doing them tight enough. You wanna wrap nice and tight and just go across. Okay, so now I will show you what's underneath my beanbag, but the light is going to be feathered in front of the beanbag. And I'm gonna put the body away. I always start with the bottom first. Then there's a poser underneath her head. And I wanna turn her head to the light. It's a little hard to turn her head, but I think we can do it. Tucking the wrap here. Doesn't want to stay. Nor does she. It's a little challenging because on the stand-in babies, they don't like to turn their head sideways. So I'm going to show you the light feathered in front in this pose, and then she'll do chin on hands, and then I'll show you the back pose with the moon. And then I'll just kind of angle, always leaning down into the face. Okay, so I'm going to unwrap her, and I'm going to put her on her belly. Like what I do with the bucket pose, I put the hands underneath the chin and I get them in position on my lap first. Feet first always, and then come forward and with your fingers in her elbows, put the hands one right underneath the other. A good assistant will do exactly what Estella is doing. She knows to push in and create a nice little well. Then I'll just take the wrap and put it on her back. Again, she's faced away from the light. We need to make sure that the light is really feathered in front of her. So I'm going to lower the light a little bit, and I'm going to bring the beanbag down and move it a little bit more in. And then we're going to lower the light a little bit. If you find that it's too split, as I think it is, then we're going to bring it back a little bit more so the light is truly feathered in front. And there we go. Then I usually do a side profile. Let's pretend it's a boy. Get a little hat. Or a girl could wear a hat. Put a little sleepy cap on. She has a slippery head. Perfect. So we're going to now put the moon prop. Actually, we'll start with the moon prop on the beanbag first, and then we're going to put it underneath. So on top first. When we do that, we're going to have to raise the light. We're going to put a positioner under the baby's head. kind of like the idea of their toes being up like this. Let's try that. I need to raise the light so it's coming up over the beanbag and bring it back more to the head. So you want the light coming down the baby's head. Sometimes I have to step on an apple box so that I can get the height to see the baby. I'm using a 24 to 70 lens, so it depends what you're using. Always have a safety strap on your hand. Alexa, I'm at 4.0. Can you turn that light down so that I'm not at 4.0? I'm going to shoot right over the moon. And then as always, I'll do a little side angle. When I do the side angle, this wrap would bug me. So I would just move it down. And then we'll do one more with the moon underneath the blanket. So we're going to put the moon under the first layer of the blanket. And just do the same thing. Just position the baby. You do need someone to hold the moon down, the fabric down, in order to properly see the shape. You could do weights, but then you're going to have to Photoshop the weights. I want the head looking up to me, so I make sure that the poser is underneath the baby's head. Do a shot over. So can you pull your hands back just a little bit? The hands back just a little bit? Yeah. Just so I don't have to retouch them out. Much better. Oh, it looks so cute. Perfect. Okay, let's show you what's underneath the beanbag. These clips from Amazon, I love them. They're easy to squeeze. Kids love them. I usually almost always double layer, at least 2 or 3 layers in a beanbag. And you want to have at least 2 yards of material. So we have the one material and then a thicker material. If the material is really thin, we'll add a 3rd layer. And then I'm going to show you, we put a cover on our beanbag. The reason is I don't want anything to slip, and these beanbags are slippery. So we have a cover that goes over the beanbag so that things don't slip. You want your beanbag to be nice and firm. Too many people, their beanbags are too soft. You want to have it firm, but not too firm that you can't create a nice well in the beanbag. You want to have a nice well so that when you create the well, it's still firm around here. You don't want it too soft where there's too much excess fabric. If you see, there's really not a lot of excess fabric.